Let's go outside, guys. Hey, y'all. What's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Welcome back to Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction. So, you guys, I am inspired today. Hey, Makila. What's up, girl? I'm here today, you guys, to talk about something, and I want to share the story with you first, and then we're going to talk about it. Let's go outside, doggies. Come on, Gizmo. Let me let my dogs out. Who let the dogs out? Hey, guys. Hold on a minute. Let's go outside, guys. Let's go outside, go potty. Come on. Come on, Gizmo. Come on. Let's go outside, go potty. Come on. Outside. Come on. Gizmo. Outside. She just ran away. Okay, so what's up, everybody? Who all's here? If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I need y'all's help with the thumbs up. And invite your friends over. So, I don't know if y'all remember, but, excuse me, when I was telling my story, I put out a 4-part story of my addiction story time. It's called My Opiate Addiction, part 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's in a playlist. If you guys want to watch it, it's about 4 hours long. Get yourself a snack. Hit the playlist and just watch the videos back to back. But in that story time, I shared with you guys about a lady who was my manager at the grocery store I used to work at. Sorry, I'm taking my medicine. And this lady, like, gave me so many chances. She helped me so much, you guys. She gave me so many chances to work and so many jobs and wouldn't let me go. Like, she to me because I was a good worker and she didn't want to let me go. She wanted to give me chances because she knew I needed the job, right? Well, I got a phone call from her today. And she called me because her son is in jail. He got put in jail Saturday. He's a heroin addict. And she called me this morning because she was like, I'm going to get him out. It's $2,000. And he said that the guys in the jail think he's a snitch and they're trying to kill him. And I was like, you guys, we live in Arkansas. First of all, if they think you're a snitch, they'll put you somewhere else. And if the people inside the jail think you're a snitch, then you need to let the bailiff know and they'll move you, right? Or you let the guards know you feel threatened and they'll move you. In Pulaski County Jail, they're usually on lockdown 23 hours out of the day. Like, they don't even get to go out of their cells. I know. I've been there. So she was like, I'm going to get him out. It's only $2,000. And yeah, protective custody. And I was like, no. And so I want to talk to you guys. This lady is like a second mom to me. And hearing her cry breaks my heart. Hearing her, the pain in her voice because she is so worried about her son. And he is, y'all, he is manipulating so bad, telling her that he won't make it another night. He won't make it out alive. He's been in there since Saturday and he's been just fine. He's 38 years old. And he's not like a little scrawny dude. He's a big old boy, all right? So when she called me today, I said, listen, and this is for any of you moms out there who have kids who are addicted to drugs. If they get put in jail, leave their butt in there, because this might save their life. Leaving them in there might save their life. I said, you're giving him the gift of desperation by leaving him there. All right? Sometimes we got to go through some real bad shit to want to change our ways. And this might be his rock bottom. But we won't ever know if we keep on saving him. We won't ever know if we keep on coming to his rescue. You know, I told her, I said, I've been to prison before and I made it out just fine. And I'm a girl. So if I can do it, I know he can do it. And he's an old school junkie, just like me. Well, this summer in June, she had called me because she needed help. We were trying to get him to treatment. So she drove all the way to Colorado, you guys, to go pick him up and bring him back to Arkansas because he was homeless, living on the floor of a hotel room with 2 other people that were on drugs. He had abscesses all over his arms. I mean, just tore up from the floor up. So she gets him back here in June, and I'm like, okay, here's what we got to do. We've got to change his insurance over, and we've got to get him on Medicaid here in Arkansas. But this is how we can get him in detox for free. And I mean, I had everything going. I had her filling out the applications for his rehab and everything, right? Good girl, Gizmo. Well, he never went. He totally jumped ship, okay? I knew he was going to jump. You know why, you guys? Because usually when somebody wants to go to treatment, they will do the calling. They will show the effort. They will show the willingness by getting on the phone and calling the treatment center and filling out their assessments and all that other stuff. He wouldn't do none of it. So he didn't go, and then I hadn't talked to her. Yeah, Gizmo, come here, baby. She is. Say hi. Say hi, Gizzy me. Say hi. That's a big girl. It's a big girl. Oh, say hi to everybody. What's wrong right here? Oh, you feel like you got a backache. Come here. This is Gizzy. So he did. Anyways, he didn't go. And in my experience, that's why I like when people are like, so and so needs help. I'm like, if they need help, they will reach out to me. Believe me, I know, because I'm not trying to be like, oh, I've been doing this for so long. But I'm a drug addict in recovery, Gizmo, and I've just been there. So I know, like, when somebody's ready to get help, you guys, they will bum rush you trying to get help. Gizmo has, like, her back feels like it's kind of like, I don't know, she just feels like she got pulled muscle or something. So that happened today at like noon. Well, I was like, please, you know, don't get him out. Don't get him out. Leave him in there. Well, she did. She left him in there, and she called me back because he had called her phone. You know, of course, Mom, I'm not going to make it another night. She was crying, you guys. Sorry, I'm just running all over the place. She was crying, and it made me think about my mom and dad. And it made me think about, you know, all the pain, all the heartache I put my parents through. You know, and I never thought about it really before, because with me, even though my parents like left me in jail, let me just tell you all this about my parents. My mom and dad, they didn't even think about it. I would call them and they wouldn't even give me the time of day. Okay, if I was in jail, they left me there. When my car got impounded, they were like, okay, looks like you're not going to have a car anymore. Hey, Avalon. They stopped enabling me the moment they realized that they had to take control, which was almost immediately. The minute I moved out of my parents' house at like 19, 20, they were like, this is a done deal. Like, we're not going to keep enabling you. Because here's the thing, this is what happens, you guys. When we enable the addict like that, we're going to enable them straight into the grave. Hey, Jade. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you're not dead, though, right? That's the thing, you guys. Like, we got to look at it like this. Like, we are fucking alive. We are miracles. the fact that we are alive to tell the story, what's up, Brandon, is a miracle. And we all have to share our stories to help other people. That's why it's so important for us all to share what we've been through, because other people are looking to us for hope. And you know what? I understand that it sucks to go to jail. I understand that it's uncomfortable and it's not going to be fun. But he's been in there since Saturday. He's gone through his withdrawal and he's coming out on the other side of it. And so now he's got to pay the price. He got in trouble for a lot of stuff. $200,000 bond. So what I was telling her was he'll get a public defender and they'll probably either offer him drug court, you know, on a plea like that. And then he can get his life together. But if he really wants to be sober and change his life, he can get in drug court and he can change his life. It can help him, but you got to use it to your benefit. Oh, my friend, this lady that I used to work for, her son, she called me today because her son got put in jail over the weekend and she wanted to get him out. And so she called me to talk to me about it. And I told her, do not get him out. Do not get him out. Because here's the thing, her husband has been threatening to leave her, has been threatening to divorce her because he is just so sick of this. I'm going to shoot you up. My cousin was so strung out on heroin, he told my aunt, I'm going to shoot you up so you know how I feel. That was a real battle. And you know what? It's like, yeah, heroin is extremely addictive, you guys, but I put heroin in my body. Like, I can't make anybody, like, I'm not trying to garner sympathy from anybody. Like, I did that, and then I became addicted, which was not my choice. I didn't want to become addicted, you know what I mean? But it's just how it is. When you have the disease of addiction, it is a brain disorder. And it just takes control, and you lose all control of you lose your power of choice, totally lose it, you know. And that's why, like, moments like these, when the addict gets put in jail, this is a moment where this could save his life, you know. He doesn't have the power of choice right now because his addiction has taken over. So if he can sit in jail long enough for his brain and his body to sober up, then he can totally fucking kick this addiction's ass and win and become better, you know? And that's why, like, if a mom or a dad ever calls me and they're like, I've got to get my kid out of jail, I'm like, leave them there. Because what you're doing, what are you going to do? You're going to get them out of jail. Then, if they don't want to change, they will go back to doing exactly what they're doing. And then what if they overdose and die? You'll never, ever forgive yourself. So if your kid gets locked up, just think of it this way. They're safe there. You don't have to worry about them dying of an overdose in there, you know? Now, I know that there's shit going down where people get sick and, you know, hopefully the states are getting better about caring for drug addicts in jail, because I know with withdrawal, some stuff can, you know, some shit can go down and you could die or whatever. But I've never seen anybody die from heroin withdrawal in the jailhouse. It's usually from something else going on, you know? So what I'm saying here is we got to quit enabling our loved ones. You know, we're loving them to death. I wouldn't be here today if my mom and dad loved me to death like that. If they kept saving me like that, they were not around. My parents jumped ship. Hey, Nick. My parents were like, see ya. And they moved to New York and left me down here in Arkansas all by myself. That's what I told her, Jade. I said, this is what you do. You put some money on his book so he can get some zuzus, whams, whams, and ho-hos, right? You go up there and visit him, and that way he knows he has your support. You be there when he goes to court in 60 days. It is. But what it is like this whole, and this is how you know, I'm not going to make it, Mom. A 40-year-old man. I'm not going to make it out of here alive. County jail, you guys. The manipulation that he's trying to do on her, because she doesn't know. She's not like we are, and we know that county jail ain't shit. he's trying so hard to manipulate her into thinking that he's going to die if she doesn't come get him out. And he's been in there since Saturday. I mean, it's just so awful. And she's like 65. And she works her ass off. And she was literally going to get $2,000 to go get him out. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, don't do it. I told her, you know what? You call me. Every time you think about getting him out, you call me. Okay? And we will talk about it. The only way that I would ever say, you know what, it's okay, get them out, is if you had something lined up to where the person went straight from the jail into treatment. And it has to be long-term treatment. I'm not talking about no 30 days. I'm talking about 6 months to a year of treatment. That's what I think people need to start doing. 30 days, you guys. 30 days ain't even enough to do nothing. You can't even, it's like the first 2 weeks in treatment, you're staying in there and you're trying to get yourself balanced out, right? Hey, Christy. So 30 days for me was like a cakewalk, you guys. That's why I went to treatment so many damn times. Because it was nothing. It was nothing for me to go in there. And when I went to prison for a year, it was nothing for me to go in there and do a year. I was having a good time. I was living my best life in prison. Eating and getting fat and happy. Just eating bread and getting all fat and sassy. You know? So, sorry, y'all. I'm like wound tight tonight. I guess what it just made me like, it just broke my heart to hear her so broken and to hear her just so afraid that this is what she was afraid of. She was afraid that he was going to hate her when he gets out. And I was like, no, he's not going to hate you. Yeah, he's probably upset with you right now. But how can he hate you? You're his mom. He's not going to hate you. Oh, no, I don't watch The Young and the Restless. My husband's name is Neil, though. That is sad, though. So many people are committing suicide, you guys, and it's because, you know, mental illness and addiction, they run hand in hand. And we got to stop this stigma and stop being embarrassed and stop thinking that people are going to think bad of us. If you're struggling, you got to raise your hand and be like, I'm struggling. I need help. Help me, somebody, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. No one's life is perfect. You know, everybody has struggles. I struggle. Let me tell you guys about some struggles I've been going through, okay? Lately here, when I wake up in the mornings, I have no energy. And we were talking about this the other day. I was broke down on camera, crying my eyes out, right? And so I made I made an appointment for my liver doctor Thursday because I have hepatitis C. I have hepatitis C from shooting up after people, using dirty needles, and all kinds of nasty ass shit. So when I first got sober 3.5 years ago, I got tested for hep C and found out that I had it. And the doctors were like, yeah, well, your liver doesn't have enough, the viral load in my blood was not high enough for me to get approved for the medication. So they told me, come back in a year. I came back in a year, and I was still like on the lower end of the spectrum. So they were like 6 more months. And so that's what we're at now. And so I was like, I need to get in there, because what hepatitis C does is it makes you like tired. It makes you feel like you don't have no energy. Like you got the flu or something all the time. It's like lethargy times 1,000. And so I'm always like, is it because of my hep C that I'm feeling this, or am I depressed? It's like so hard, you guys, because it like mimics the symptoms of other things too. But that's a struggle. And then what I start doing is I start getting really down on myself, because I'm like, If I wasn't so nasty when I was in my addiction, I wouldn't be having hepatitis C. But when I was in, this is just goes to show you that when you are in active addiction, it doesn't matter, you guys, if somebody could have told me that they had AIDS and I would have shot up after them. I would have got the rig and I would have bleached it and I would have done it. I would have done it anyway because I didn't care about anything. All I cared about was dope and getting it into my veins as fast as I could. And so that's just like, when I think about the things that I did when I was in active addiction, I really have to just remember how sick I was, because if I don't, I get so angry at myself, because today I know better than that. Today I'm in my right mind. So when I think about all the times that I did, nasty sharing needle bullshit, I'm like, damn, Nicole, why'd you gotta be so nasty? Why? And then I have to tell myself, because you were sick in your activation, because you didn't have a choice. Because to me, all it was dope. That's all my life was. And that's what happens, you guys. It's like the disease of addiction. It takes over every part of your mind, every part of your body, every part of your soul. And all you can think about is that next hit, that next high, and just, so that's that. When people are struggling and they're like in jail and shit and they're trying to get their parents to get them out, I'm just like, stay there, because that's all that our mind is thinking about, is that one track mind, is that, I need to get another hit. I need to get another fix. And it just sucks. I'm so glad. Yeah, Brandon, you know what? You better get checked to just be on the safe side, because I'm telling you, like, I thought, oh, I'm in the clear, and then I got, where it has it from, the same thing. Yeah, there's a cure now, but what they do is the insurance company won't allow you to get it until you've gotten sick enough. Hey, Captain. Y'all go over and subscribe to Captain's channel when you're done. She's almost to 900 subscribers. It's just like craziness, you guys. Okay, so I wanted to read some stuff to you guys out of the book, my big book, because it really does help me. Have you ever heard this saying? It says this in the big book. It says, "Just to the extent that we do as we think He would have us, and humbly rely on Him, does He enable us to match calamity with serenity." Calamity, like, and serenity. Like, you could be having the most horrible moment, but like, I'm at peace with myself today. My washer and dryer break down. My house burned down to the ground, right? And I would still be at peace with myself because I'm making good decisions today. I might be a little upset about those horrible things happening, but today I'm making good choices. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys any of y'all are doing a 12-step program, but I am. And what we have to do when we get to a certain step, I think it's like when we get to step 4, we have to do our inventory. It's like a checklist, right? And you write down maybe the people or situations that you have resentments with, right? And it's like a whole column thing. Or you can do it, it's like a life story. My counselor called it, or my sponsor called it, a case history. And I've done 2 of those where we write all the, our whole life story down. And then when our sponsor will go through with us and help us circle all the situations and people that we might have resentments towards, and the things where we played our part in it and what caused it. And so we do that. And then past that, we have to do an inventory every night, like a 10th step inventory after we get past our 4th step. And so in the evening times now, whenever I'm like laying down at night, I try to go in through my mind mentally and think, is there anything I've done to hurt or harm anybody? And do I need to make an amends to somebody? Do I need to go and say, hey, you know what? I shouldn't have commented that on the YouTube channel. And I've had to do that several times here lately because I'll get so heated on watching people's YouTube videos, and then I'll go to comment in a whole bunch of shit, and then I'm like, damn, I gotta go back and tell them I'm sorry. Because, I mean, I don't want to, like, have that on me, you know what I mean? And weighing me down. Yeah. And I know, Avalon, it's like, if I don't make this right, this could be a reason why I go out and drink. And that's, or go out and use. So that's what I wanted to read here with you guys. The best reason first. If we skip this vital step, we may not overcome drinking or using. Time after time, newcomers have tried to keep to themselves certain facts about their lives. Keeping secrets. Secrets keep us sick. Trying to avoid this humbling experience, they have turned to easier methods. Almost invariably, they got drunk or got high. Having persevered with the rest of the program, they wondered why they fell. We think the reason is that they never completed their house cleaning, daily inventory, go looking inside of ourselves to find the things that we were doing that weren't right and the things that we need to look at our behaviors about, those kind of things. They took inventory all right, but hung on to some of the worst items in stock. They only thought they had lost their egoism and fear. They only thought they had humbled themselves. It's such me and Jason were talking about this today. It is such a humbling experience to open up to your sponsor and to tell her some of the stuff you've done that you've never told anybody. I'm talking your deepest, darkest secrets. And it's like, you got to tell that person this stuff, because if you don't get it out and you don't tell her, that could be the reason why you go out and get high, because it's like hiding that secret, keeping it away for later, for a reservation, for another reason to go out and use. You know what I mean? But they had not learned enough of humility, fearlessness, and honesty in the sense we find it necessary until they told someone else all their life story. Because when you are talking to someone else and you're sharing all those intimate details of the things that you've been through, whether it was when you were younger, you might have gotten molested, or like for me, a lot of the stuff that I had to tell my sponsor about was about sexual misconduct that I did when I was, in relationships with other people. I was very promiscuous. And when we're telling that other person, that's the whole point of a 12-step program, you guys, is like, we need each other. We need support to stay sober. And so when we get up with sponsors and we start sharing those parts of our lives that are like, we're embarrassed of, or we feel kind of like less than about, it's like chopping us down, right? And it's chopping us down to the bottom. And then we build ourselves back up in a healthy way. It's like rebuilding self. It's awesome. So more than most people, the alcoholic leads a double life, or the addict leads a double life. He is very much the actor. To the outer world, he presents his stage character. This is the one he likes his fellows to see. He wants to enjoy a certain reputation, but knows in his heart he doesn't deserve it. The inconsistency is made worse by the things he does on his sprees. Coming to his senses, he is revolted at certain episodes he vaguely remembers. These memories are a nightmare. He trembles to think someone might have observed him. As fast as he can, he pushes these memories far inside of himself. That's what we do. We just bury all that shame and guilt. He hopes they will never see the light of day. He is under constant fear and tension. That makes for more drinking or using. Psychologists are inclined to agree with us. We have spent thousands of dollars for examinations. We know but few instances where we have given these doctors a fair break. We have seldom told them the whole truth, nor how we followed their advice. Unwilling to be honest with these sympathetic men, we were honest with no one else. Small wonder many in the medical profession have a low opinion of alcoholics or addicts and their chance for recovery. We must be entirely honest with somebody, if we expect to live long or happily in this world. Rightly and naturally, we think well before we choose the person or persons. This is how you choose a sponsor. And I want you to listen, because some of you guys have been asking me about this. Rightly and naturally, we think well before we choose the person or persons with whom to take this intimate and confidential step. Those of us belonging to a religious denomination which requires confession must, and of course, will want to go to the properly appointed authority whose duty is to receive it. Though we have no religious connection, we may still do well to talk with someone ordained by an established religion. We often find such a person quick to see and understand our problem. Of course, we sometimes encounter people who do not understand alcoholics or addicts. If we cannot or would rather not do this, we search our acquaintances for a closed-mouth, understanding friend. Perhaps our doctor or psychologist will be the person. It may be one of our own family, but we cannot disclose anything to our wives or our parents which will hurt them and make them unhappy. We have no right to have our own skin at another person's expense. Such parts of our story we tell to someone who will understand, yet be unaffected. Okay, so if we're going to share this stuff, we have to share it with somebody who will be unaffected. Okay, so if we're sharing about cheating on our husband, then we can't have our husband to share that stuff with. You dig? The rule is we must be hard on ourselves, but always considerate of others. Notwithstanding the gravity for discussing ourselves with someone, it may be one is so situated that there is no suitable person available. If that is so, this step may be postponed. Only, however, if we hold ourselves in complete readiness to go through with it at the first opportunity. We say this because we are very anxious that we talk to the right person. It is important that he be able to keep a confidence, that he fully understand and approve what we are driving at, that he will not try to change our plan. But we must not use this as a mere excuse to postpone. So if you're looking for a sponsor in the rooms, there's no reason why you should be postponing it. But they need to be somebody that is a closed mouth person, someone you can trust that's going to keep your shit confidential. And a lot of the times when you're in meetings and stuff, you can listen to somebody telling their story. And you can kind of like get to know them over the very couple of meetings that you go to. You know what I mean? When we decide who is to hear our story, we waste no time. Okay, so this is where it gets good. We have a written inventory and we were prepared for a long talk. We explain to our partner what we are about to do and why we have to do it. He should realize that we are engaged upon a life and death errand. This is life and death. You got to get that shit out. That's why you got to get a sponsor. Most people approached it in this way will be glad to help. They will be honored by our confidence. We pocket our pride and go to it, illuminating every twisted character, every dark cranny of the past. Once we have taken this step, withholding nothing, we are delighted. We can look the world in the eye. We can be alone at perfect peace and ease. Our fears fall from us. We begin to feel the nearness of our Creator. We may have had certain spiritual beliefs, but now we begin to have a spiritual experience. Okay, so y'all know about spiritual experience. It's like your whole personality changes, your whole perception changes. And that's what happens for you whenever you get sober and you start going through this kind of stuff. The feeling that the drink and drug problem has disappeared will often come strongly. That's what I'm talking about. That obsession to use and drink it'll go away. I mean, don't get me wrong. You might think about drugs every now and then, but I'm talking about that obsession will go. The feeling that the drink problem has disappeared will often come strongly. We feel we are on the broad highway, walking hand in hand with the spirit of the universe. Returning home, we find a place where we can be quiet for an hour, carefully reviewing what we have done. We thank God from the bottom of our heart. Taking this book down from our shelf, we turn to the page which contains the 12 steps. Carefully reading the first 5 proposals, we ask if we have omitted anything, for we are building an ark through which we shall walk a free man at last. Is our work solid so far? Are the stones properly in place? Have we skipped on the cement put onto the foundation? Have we tried to make mortar without sand? So, is our foundation solid? Did we tell our sponsor everything? Did we get it all out? If we can't answer to our satisfaction, we then look at step 6. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can never do step 4. You know, I can never get through my inventory. But I'm telling you, it's not hard at all. It's like sitting down once you get to know your sponsor and you've been working together for a little bit. It's like sitting down and talking to your best friend and just, you know, talking to her about what you did when you were back then and even some of the things you do now. You know, there's times where I have to call my sponsor. I have to talk to her about how I'm feeling. Like maybe some days I wake up and I'll come on my YouTube channel and I'll see a bunch of negative comments and a bunch of thumbs down and all kinds of stuff like that. And I'll have to call her because I start to feel insecure and I think maybe what I'm doing is all for nothing. You know what I mean? Bye, Avalon. Then, you know, there's other days where I'll wake up and my head will be so far up in the clouds that I'm like, girl, you better get it together and come back down to earth. It's like, and I can always count on her, you guys, to call her and for her to be like, you know what, Miss Thing, and she always helps me balance myself out, you know? It's like to have somebody that cares about you that's sober too. That's what a sponsor is all about. It's like we care about each other and we want to help each other to do better, you know? And it's just an amazing relationship to build with a person. I've been working with somebody recently and we are building a relationship. We talk every single day and I wouldn't even know what to do if I didn't get to talk to this person every day because I've gotten so used to talking to them. Our friendship and it's blossoming and we're learning from each other and we're helping each other stay sober. You know, they are helping me more than they even know. Because I know that they need me, and so I gotta stay on the straight and narrow, you know? And so it helps you guys so much to have somebody else that you can talk to when you're struggling. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of people, you know, just one person. I can't explain or stress to you guys enough how important it is for you to get connected with some people because we're in our addiction, you know, we're not connected. We're isolating and we're, you know, hiding out and we're just getting high and staying all fucked up and it's just bad news bears, you know, but if you can get connected with people who love and care about you, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. So, anyway, do you guys have anything you want to talk about? My head is killing me. I don't know. I'm not feeling good, but like I have like a little migraine right here in the back of my head. I do have to say so, y'all, though. My eyeshadow is looking good. So, let me get some water. Neil's been working overnights. So, it's just, I don't like it at all. I get lonely. I'm going to take a shower. It's like 75 degrees here, you guys, and it's so muggy. It's disgusting. I hate it. Ugh. I hope you guys are all doing good, though. And you guys know, like, anytime you need to talk, you can always hit me up, message me on, email me, or hit me up on Instagram, okay? But I'm going to jump off here. I just wanted to sit and talk with y'all for a little bit. I'm probably going to take a little break for like a day or so, and then I'll be back on Friday with some fresh ideas. Okay? And if you guys have anything that you guys want me to talk about, if you don't mind commenting and letting me know or sending me an email or a DM on Instagram and letting me know, because I always want to make sure that, you know, I'm sharing stuff with you guys that can help you. I mean, even if you think like, oh, this is a stupid topic, don't. Like, talk to me about it. Ask me about it. No, I need all the suggestions I can get because you guys help me so much. So fucking send me a DM or an email, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here and go take a shower because I'm like, gross. Oh, I have been on Suboxone for a while, but don't want to be on it for the rest of my life. Hey, Jade. Yeah, I've heard of Sublocade. You know what it is? All it is buprenorphine in a shot. It's the same as Suboxone, only it's a shot you get once every 30 days. And it's 300 milligrams of Suboxone. Christy says, check my comment above. Y'all are killing me. Christy, I'm trying to find your comment. Okay, there's where you start coming in. Okay, so hi, just popped in. Hi, Nick. I never use needle for you. Same here, Carrie. Very high doses of oxy. Ugh, I just saw that. It's right above Jade's comment. I see, same Carrie, exactly. Woke up sick every day, even though I got 120-month script of perks. They were gone in like 4 to 5 days, and I had to get them from people the rest of the month. I got it. I don't know why I don't say. Okay, I don't know. I can't see it. Oh, is it below that? Below that. I see Nicole check. It's right above Jade. Same here, Carrie. Yep, Christy, me too. Bye, Avalon. Woke up sick. Have a great day. I got fentanyl and oxy. You just got fentanyl and oxy from your pain doctor today? Okay, so if you say it again, I'm scared that I would go into withdrawal. I've heard food. Okay, so Jade, about the Sublocade, if you will go here on YouTube and type in Sublocade injection, you can see people who are making videos about it. And what I've seen kind of like some mixed reviews on it. I've seen some people saying that they got the injection and then they were sick and still needed to take Suboxone. And then I've seen some people say that they got the injection and that it worked great. Hey, Jamie. And so here's the thing. If you're on Suboxone and you take it every day, it's the same thing as getting that injection, only you just don't have to put it in your mouth. It'll get injected to your stomach. And the way people are showing me is they're like getting these hard, like bumps and stuff on their stomach from the injection site. I don't know how I feel about Sublocade. Not because I'm against Suboxone, because I'm on Suboxone, but it's like it just seems too good to be true. Like I can take my strip every day. You know what I mean? Like, is it really that difficult for me to take my medication every day that I have to go and get a shot? But some people don't want to take their medication and they're struggling staying sober. So getting that shot is like them doing it for you. You know what I mean? We're talking about Suboxone and Sublocade. Sublocade is an injection of buprenorphine, and it's 300 milligrams of buprenorphine for 30 days. So basically, it's 10 milligrams a day, like released into your system over a 30-day period. But I suppose, like, if you were if you got on Suboxone and you were like relapsing and couldn't stay sober and was struggling to take your medication, right? And you were kind of like bouncing back and forth, then I suppose that Sublocade would really help in that situation, you know? But if you're doing good and you're taking your Suboxone as prescribed, I would just stay on it. You know what I'm saying? But check out those videos. Look on YouTube and just like I said, put in sublocade injection, and you'll see like a couple of videos pop up. I've actually watched like 3 or 4 videos here on YouTube. Now, Christy, what was you saying, girl? I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all saw how it was yesterday when I was trying to find Nick's comment. It was like I was searching for the damn needle in a haystack. And I do have a friend of mine got one and went through withdrawals 2 days later. Okay, see? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's iffy. It's iffy. Okay. Because I don't think they've got it, like, perfected yet. I know y'all probably can't see me, but there we go. Too good to be true. Yeah. And, you know, it just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Suboxone is like only like, what, 10 years old, you guys? And so it's already so new. So imagine how, you know, much newer Sublocade is. It's like literally just invented. I hope you guys are all doing good, though. You guys know y'all can talk to me about anything. I'm an open book. Yes, I've heard. That's exactly what I saw on these videos of people, Jamie, is that they got the shot and then it was like totally not working. I know a couple of people in our little community have been struggling, and I don't want you guys to know that relapse, I know that it's hard. I know that it's scary and that you're probably thinking, this crap sucks, right? But you're not alone. Like, I remember going through it so many times, relapse, 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 relapse. But I'm going to tell you right now, the difference between now and back when I was relapsing was fentanyl wasn't in everything. So that's why when you guys tell me that you guys are relapsing and you're going back out, it scares me because I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die, because what's happening nowadays is people are getting robbed of their rock bottom because fentanyl is in everything. And so when I hear about you guys relapsing, it really scares me because I don't want y'all to die. I don't want to come on my YouTube channel and go, well, I hadn't seen Brandon in 3 weeks. Where's Brandon at, everybody? Anybody know where Brandon's at? And then the next thing you know, 6 months has gone by, and then we find out that you're gone. You know, or Jeremy, or Jamie, or Jade, or anybody. Like, I don't want any of y'all to die. And that's why I am so, like, supportive. If you got to get put on maintenance, get put on maintenance medication. It's nothing but a thing. Just do it. Just do it. Because here's the deal, you guys. You get put on maintenance 2 weeks ago due to insurance. Okay, Jade says, I ran out of my Suboxone 2 weeks ago due to insurance issues, and the withdrawals were absolutely horrendous. It made me realize I do not want to be on it for the rest of my life. Jade, listen to me, girlfriend. The withdrawals are horrendous if you do not taper, but I'm going to tell you this right now, sister. If you taper low and slow, you can do it. I'm down to 6 milligrams, girl, and I have seen people who have tapered low and slow, and they do fine. Fine. Okay? Do not let that rush you, and do not let that deter you from doing what you're doing right now. While you're on the medication, build your recovery. Get strong in your recovery. Get you some therapy. Get you some meetings. Celebrate recovery. I don't care if it's AA, NA, Celebrate Recovery, Refuge Recovery, Smart Recovery. I don't care what you do, but get involved with people who know what you're going through. That's what the deal is. Get hooked up with people that are in recovery, that know what it's like to, you know, have to get sober. That's horrible and terrible. Carrie, and that's the thing. That's why you guys, when we're on this medically assisted treatment, that's why we have to plan for these things. Like, if your insurance is messing up, okay, a lot of the times what you can do, you guys, is you can get a hold of your pharmacy, and they can float you a couple days until your insurance gets back on track. If you have the same pharmacy and you don't go within pharmacy, my pharmacy does it to me all the time. My clinic is tapering me a quarter at a time. I can't even tell a difference in my day-to-day life. CNSA, that's great. Yeah, it's bad. Thank God they fixed it, because I didn't know what I was going to do and didn't want to relapse. And Jade, that's the thing. Like, You don't have to relapse, and you guys got to understand that. If that shit happens, you go up to that fucking clinic and you just sit there until they fucking give you something. Because the clinic can give you something there, or your pharmacy can float you. Have I heard from Sam, Landon's mommy? Sam with the short hair from Gina's channel? Yeah, my pharmacy, you guys, like when my insurance like has a prior authorization and they're fucking me around, and it's like the day I have to get my medication filled, I'll say, can you guys please give me 2 until tomorrow, or 3, you know, until my prior authorization goes through. And they usually always do. But here's the thing, like if something happens and, you know, it's like a dire emergency, you guys, you don't have to go back out. You don't have to go get heroin, okay? You can go to the emergency room. You can go sit at the doctor's office at the clinic and say, listen, I'm not leaving here because I don't want to relapse. That's what you got to do, y'all. Oh, Sam. Yes, Legends mommy. Yes, that's all you got to do, Anessa. Prior authorizations suck, and I've been through them so many times. And what I would do at first was I would be so worried, like, oh no, oh no, no. But then I started learning, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. This is my medication. I need it to live. So I started going up to the pharmacy and being like, you know, here's the deal. She's on my Instagram, and I haven't seen her post in like a week. So I'm going to have to reach out to her, Jamie. But I'm going to be honest with you, you know, I was really trying to get her some help and get her and her mom on the same track together. And it was just like, she wasn't wanting to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm scared that she's going to die because she's a drinker and an anorexic. And so I've been, you know, I have to reach out to her. But it worries me because when I try to help somebody and then they don't reciprocate the help, you guys, it breaks my heart because it's like, damn, I don't want you to die. It's so hard whenever it's like, I care about you guys. I care about a lot of you. A lot of you I know personally, and like I talk to on a daily basis or at least once or twice a week. And so when somebody is fucking up and I know about it, I just want to take you and shake the dog shit out of you. I just want to take you and smack you around, you know? But then I have to remind myself, because this is the thing, you guys. I have to remember, and this is where that loving, tolerant shit comes into play. I know I used to do the same thing. I used to go back and forth, and I can just think about how many sponsors, how many friends that I worried because I was so fucked up all the time. And they, you know what they did? They didn't smack me around. They didn't shake the dog shit out of me. They were there for me, and they would greet me with open arms every time I came back. So that's what I try to remember. I gotta open arms, Nicole. Don't judge. You don't know what that person's going through. And it's not that my first reaction is to want to judge, but it's so hard because I want everyone to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everyone, I don't care how you get into recovery. I don't care if it's maintenance, abstinence, or if you turn into a Jehovah's Witness. Like, I don't care what you do. But, like, right now, if you are actively trying to better your life, you're on a maintenance medication, you're doing your thing, like, you're in recovery. I'm so proud of you. Fucking, whoop, you know, push up, because that's hard. It's hard to transition up into doing good. It's really difficult to break those old behaviors. So when I see someone, you know, start breaking those chains, I'm like, hell fucking yeah. Because I know how hard it was for me. I'm telling you, some of the habits that I had, like I'll tell you guys about the, right. And the thing about it is, I don't think it's that, Christy, that I think what it is for other addicts like me, when I see someone that's struggling, it's not that I'm judging because I think I'm better, or I'm like, oh, look at them, they don't really want it. It's because my first reaction is, nowadays, I don't want them to die. Back in the day, I didn't think like that because you could go out and relapse 65 times and you weren't going to die really. Like, at least not in my experience, because it wasn't like it is now. You guys are being robbed. People are being robbed of their rock bottom because of the drugs that are out there today. These designer drugs, fentanyl and crocodile and fucking flocka. Well, I mean, what the fuck is a flocka? You know? That's shit some zombies do. I was watching a documentary today, and they were literally calling the people the Walking Dead. These people had sores all over their bodies. You just know how much better it is on the other side of addiction. You want that for all addicts. So do I. Yeah. Hey, Amanda. That's why I love it here. Nobody judges me, and they never did when I first came. Well, fuck yeah, Jamie. Did you see that, Carrie? I'm always watching documentaries here on YouTube. And did you see the guy that had the sores like all over his body? And then I also watched it was the same documentary, I think. This man from Puerto Rico, his intestine was coming out of his stomach. And he had been like that for 6 years. And all he cared about doing was getting heroin. That's how bad the addiction is, that his intestine was hanging out of his belly and he was running to the dope man. And then I watched this other one, these two guys, Snoop and Frank. Yes. Okay. They were like heroin testers. And so they're, you know what I'm talking about. Have any of you guys been a tester before? I've never been a tester for heroin, but I used to be a tester for meth. And what a drug dealer will do, or the dope cook in my situation, is that he would cook up some dope and then he would give it to me and I would shoot it up and tell him if it was good or not, and tell him how strong it was. And it was these two guys that were doing that, and it was like I had to turn it off for a second because watching them do it was like, so even now, you guys, when I see stuff like that, sometimes it'll really affect me, and then other times I'm like, I ain't never going back, you know. But there's some days where I'm like, it'll get me right in my heebie-jeebies, like my stomach. I'll be like, Do you know what I'm talking about? Like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when you got to go to the bathroom. I know, Jamie. Can you guys imagine? It's desomorphine is what crocodile is. It's like gasoline, red phosphorus, codeine, and some other shit mixed together. I mean, that's basically like meth has all that stuff in it too, but it don't have the codeine in it. Ugh. Anessa, I used to shoot meth all day long. It gives me the I gotta go take a shit bubble guts. Meth made me crazy, and I would hallucinate, and I would run around and think people were following me that really weren't, and I would see things that weren't there, and I would talk to people that weren't there. Earlier on in this live stream, the lady I was talking to you about, whose son is in jail right now, she's the lady who I worked for, and I was high all the time on meth, and she gave me chance after chance. That's why, like, my heart, it just aches for her, because I know how hard it is to have a loved one that's in active addiction, and you want to just save them. But in all actuality, the best thing we can do for our active addicts is let them pay the price. Let them do their time, because we're not really saving them for anything. All we're doing is allowing them to do more. You know what I mean? Allowing them to get out there and screw up more of their lives. But I really am just so excited, you guys. I'm seeing so many new people here. Anessa and Jade and Carrie and Christy. I'm so grateful that you guys are coming over to the channel and hanging out with us. Like, it really just means so much to me. I love talking with you guys every day. That's why I'm doing these live streams every night at 6 p.m. You can count on me. I will be here every night at 6 p.m. Jamie, you're a triple OG. You ain't new. Don't get jealous now, girl. You could always count on me. I'll always be here at 6 p.m. Because this is like part of my recovery. Y'all help me stay sober. I need this little processing time that we have together. It helps me. I know that some people are probably like, whatever. I'm serious. It was nothing for me to get off meth, but the hardest was to get off opiates. It was a lot more difficult to get off of opiates because that physical withdrawal, I can totally relate to that. Because you could just go and you could just leave the meth and go to sleep and sleep for like a week. At least that's what I would do, right? I would sleep for like days. But meth is the thing that really made me, like, I had the most consequences from meth. You know, that's how I got my felony. Thanks, you guys. Y'all are the bomb too. Because meth made me do shit. Because it was like, Roxy, because I shot heroin 3 times, you guys. 3 times, that's it. Everything else, when I was doing opiates, it was always shooting Roxy's or Dilaudids. But meth always pushed me over the edge. You know what I'm saying? It always pushed me to do, it was bad. And I had been on meth since I was like 19. And so I can't even believe that my teeth are still in my head. Like, I cannot even believe it. I'm so, so grateful. That's why when people come on here and they make fun of my little tic-tac tooth, about crazy fucked up mess. Me too, Jade. Oh, girl. I have some of my story times. If you guys are ever like bored and you need something to do, if you'll go into my playlists, I've got a lot of story times in my playlists, and y'all will be laughing all night long. In fact, okay, so off topic, only been on YouTube for a couple months. So how do I add a pic of myself to your profile? Okay, so if you have, the way I did it was, I went onto my desktop and I went into Creator Studio, and then I clicked on that little thingy that looks like a little settings, okay? And then beep, 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 beep. Oh, Carrie, I've got so many stories, you guys. Yeah, Amanda. I got a couple trolls. I know y'all probably noticed all my videos get thumbs down, and they would make fun of my little tooth right there. Let me tell you guys what happened. So when I was like 14, I got braces because I had a really bad overbite. Like, okay, so I had to get braces to pull this back and straighten them a little bit because I had a gap, and then straighten these because they were overcrowded. Well, I wore my braces. Teeth, I mean, they look so good, you guys. And then I got a retainer. Well, guess what Nicole did? I didn't wear that retainer. And so these teeth started overcrowding again. But they're not that bad. Jamie, it's hard. I'm so self-conscious of it. Oh, what happened, Manessa? What did you say? Oh, are your teeth on? Okay. Well, here's the thing. Why are you... Listen to me, Anessa. You get your ass down to the dentist, girl. Listen to me. Don't be embarrassed. When I went to the dentist, I went in there and I told him I used to smoke and shoot meth every day of my life. And don't get me wrong. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 bad teeth, but they were all in the back. I had to get this one taken out, right? And the other ones I was able to get filled. But you can get them taken out for easy. And don't be ashamed, because that shit in your mouth, girl, it's going to make you get sick. Like, it can get infected and all kinds of things. You guys can, I know they do, because listen, you guys, I have so many friends that have that same situation. And listen, I promise you guys, from the time I was 19 till the time I was 30-something, I smoked and shot meth all day, every day. And I just have genetics. Genetics saved my mouth because they should not even be here. There are dentists that will help you pro bono. My sister, she actually wasn't as lucky. And her teeth kind of were messing up. And so she had a dentist that helped her. Anessa, just make the appointment, girl. Oh, Jade, I have been there. So Jade says, I OD'd on heroin, woke up in my old man's arms, and he was crying. I didn't know what happened, and I fought him for another shot. I've totally been there, girl. I have fought Neil over so many shots of dope. Same. If I get them pulled, I will be toothless. Well, Jamie, you get those toothless, get them pulled, and then you can get some dentures, girl. Because I'm telling you guys, listen. I had one bad tooth back here, and it stunk up the whole mouth because that one tooth was bad. And then the abscess juices from it was all, hey, Brandon, all swole up. So listen to me, girls. It's really important. You've got to take care of all this up here because that can go into your bloodstream, okay? Don't be embarrassed. That's what dentists are there for. You're not in your active addiction anymore. Do not let shame keep you sick, okay? There's nothing to be embarrassed of. That's your past. That's because of the abscesses, Jamie, and that is not good. You're going to have fevers and all kinds of stuff. Your heart and everything. Yeah, Anessa, yes. And listen, you guys, like I'm telling you, just like I have been slacking on my hepatitis C treatment, y'all are slacking on y'all's mouths. So we all need to get it together and get our shit straight. You guys need to get your mouths checked out, and I'm going to get my hepatitis C figured out. Yes, because listen, it will make you a new woman. I know, Jade. I know. That's why when I went to the dentist, when I first got sober, me and Neil both made appointments, right? Neil had 13 cavities. So it's the luck of the draw. Some people have really good genetics and their bones are like, and some people don't. And some people, maybe did the meth a different way or blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Everybody, y'all, gotta start somewhere. How long have you been sober, Anessa? How long have you been sober, Jamie? These are the things that I had to do, and this is what we're going to talk here. We'll kind of talk about this a little bit now. When I first got into recovery, back July 13th of 2015, I sat down with my sponsor, you guys, and I made a list of all the things that I needed to do that were important. But I'm afraid they won't help me, and I have no money to pay. Jamie, just make an appointment, okay? We'll figure all that other stuff out later. Once you make the appointment, then we can start looking up and Googling. There's also this thing called Smile something, and it's this thing, listen, you guys, where you can clip it over your teeth, and it makes your teeth, it's like, it's awesome. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just like a retainer, but it's teeth. And if you say you have a couple rotten teeth in the front, right? You can get that retainer and clip it over them until you can get those teeth fixed and then look brand new. So 3 years sober. So same here, 3.5 years sober. So the 3.5 years ago, I got with my sponsor and I wrote down all the things I needed to do. Legal issues, pay fines, get my driver's license back, get my teeth fixed, get my health in order. And I went down the line, you guys, and I got all those things done. And this is what you got to do. You got to start prioritizing, okay? Write down the important stuff and start checking it off of your list. You're clean and sober today. You can do these things. Oh, Invisalign is like the clear retainer like thing. This is like teeth that you can clip over your regular teeth, and it's like Smile Direct. I don't know. You can look it up. It's on Instagram. And it's literally like it's just like It's fake teeth, but it's like not dentures. I don't know how to explain it. It's really cool though. And you can wear it like, well, if you're having like problems with your teeth and you don't want to show them, or maybe you have a really bad gap here and you don't like it, so you just get these other teeth and they put over them. But they mold it. They fit it to your mold. Yes, Carrie, that's what I'm talking about. I finally did that. I got my driver's license back and stuff. It took me a while, but I did it. Yeah, me too, girl. I had to have the spacer bracket before I had to have the braces. Like dentures, but not dentures. Yes. It looks like it does help. Yeah. And it's for people who can't afford to go out and like get braces or something, guys, or to get their teeth all pulled at once. It's literally like affordable. Like seriously. And that's how they market it and everything. Go on Instagram and look it up. It's even on Facebook. They got an ad for it on Facebook too. Smile something. And it's like, it's cheap because so many people, listen, it's kind of like with our shoes and our teeth. We lead with those things, I think. I walk up to somebody, I look at their teeth, and I look at their feet. And I'm always looking. This is a pointer for all you boys out there. If you don't have clean shoes, then I'm looking at you crazy. If you don't have your shoes looking nice, but I got a man, so that don't matter. But y'all know what I mean. When I met Neil, his shoes were so cute. He always looks good. My man, he's got style. Amanda, I'm serious, girl. It's awesome. I've seen so many people, and they tell their testimonies, you guys, and they share about how, you know, that it helped them because they didn't have like $6,000, you know. Look at my baby when he was first born. That's Nate when he was a little baby. And then look at Neil and Nate when he was a baby. And that's my babies. No. You know what, you guys? I'm telling you, like, my son, he really, really, really changed my life. And I don't recommend for anybody to go get pregnant in active addiction, but I'm telling you guys right now, if I hadn't gotten pregnant, I wouldn't be here today. You know, he changed my life forever, and he's given me purpose. So now I have you guys for my purpose, and I have my son for purpose. And I will forever be a different person because I'm a mom now. No, Brandon, I wouldn't. If I didn't have my son, I probably would have stayed out there strung out. Because I didn't have any reason to live, you guys. That's how I felt. I didn't care about myself at all. But you know what? I do today. And because of my son, like I said, helping me change my life. Hey, Classy, now I'm a different person, you know? I'm a new woman. Do you guys watch Luscious Massacre? She's a drag queen. I went to court and had it taken care of, paid my fines and stuff. So, look at Brandon in here pimping. Anyway, you guys, I love you guys. Okay, so Jamie, it's me, you big ass BBW. I'm going to go too, you guys. Bye, Carrie. I'll see you later. Okay, guys, I love y'all. I hope you have a great day or a great night, and I'll see y'all back here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Brandon, you're the only boy in the crowd. Pimping ain't easy, but it sure is fun. I see you. No, I'm just playing, you guys. I love y'all, ladies. Thank you for talking with me tonight. Y'all have no idea how much you guys help me. I really, really appreciate it. For those of you who, Anessa, Jamie, if you guys want to email me or DM me on Instagram, you can, and I'll help you look places up in your town for your teeth, okay? So just message me. I will help you find resources, okay? All right, ladies. I'll see y'all tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Have a great, great, great night.